Okay, this video is about final results, or the result you see with a good trainer, with a good rider, with the horse in a video or in a photo, and what they did in the first day, like the difference between the result in the first day and the result after training the horse. It's something I talked about a lot. It's very clear. It does not need more explanation, but in my opinion, some people lie about it. That's why beginners don't know some facts about this. The idea is very simple. What you see in the final result, for example, someone shows you a video of someone riding a horse without a saddle, without a bridle, without let's say a rope, a halter, just a rope on his neck and a spurs and a whip, and that's it. This is called final result. They ride the horse with a bit. They ride a horse with a martingale, with a rope, with a spurs, with a whip, with a saddle in the first day, first week, first month. And with time, they start to stop using the equipments and tools. And at the end, the final result is just a man or a woman riding a horse with just a whip and a rope on his neck. It's a good thing if you do it in a good way. It's a bad thing if you do it in a bad way. But the fact is, when you say, I don't use bits, I don't use halters, I don't use whips or spurs or whatever, if you don't use it in the first day and you don't use it at the final result, good. That's a true thing. But if you say, I don't use it, but the fact is you used it, let's say 70% of your training was with the bit or the halter. The final result is not with a bit or a halter. You say, I don't use bits, I don't use halters. 70% of your training process with this horse was with a bit, was with a halter. Fact, not opinion. Go and see it for yourself. Now, when I say I ride bareback, all horses with no exception. I start the horse bareback. I use the same bit with the young horse and my own horse. Same bridle, same reins, and that's it. So same method or style of riding in the beginning, at the end. Same equipments and tools, which is in my case just a bridle, in the beginning, at the end. Same result in the beginning, at the end. Desensitizing, real trust, scaring the horse in the first day and doing the same thing after 1 month gives me the same result. You saw it in a video or videos. He's afraid or he's not. He tries to run away or he does not. He will not be able to run away. Why? Because there is no reason to run away. The scary thing itself did not hurt you. I did not hurt you. Why should you run away? In other methods or styles or ways of riding, the good ones, the right ones, they control the horse with time. And after 1 month, 2 months, depending on the horse, they show you a horse who's not afraid of a battle or a whip or a rag or a sack or whatever. But this exact horse, in the beginning, when he was afraid, he took off. He bucks the rider. He rears up. He bolts. Then he keeps getting better. And they don't show you all these things. They just show you the final result. So my opinion, my proof, my point is this. You have 3 horses ridden by a bad rider, good rider, better rider, or one of the best riders. I'm talking about the way of riding, the style, not the rider himself. I want the 3 horses to be afraid of something. We want to see the 3 horses afraid, scared of something, and all of them should try to run away. That's the test I want you to do, or I want you to see by yourself and judge. 3 horses ridden by different riders. I want all the 3 horses to be afraid in the same level, and they want to run away to the opposite direction. With the bad rider, the horse who's afraid and tries to run away will be successful in running away. He will buck, he will bolt, and he keeps getting worse because the bad reaction of the rider makes him become worse and worse. That's one. The other horse, who's ridden by a good rider, but his way of riding is different, In the first day, the horse was afraid, tried to run away, was successful in running away, even bucked the rider or bolted with the rider. But after 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the same horse in the same situation is getting better because of the good reaction of the rider. 3, the horse was afraid, tried to run away, was not able to buck, was not able to run away, was not able to rear up, was not able to run away with the rider. He stopped and faced the scary thing. But after 1 or 2 weeks, he won't be afraid anyways. So the difference is not at the end, because at the end, all of them are doing the same thing. The horse is not doing anything. He's giving you the same reaction. But the fact is, this horse is giving you a reaction, and in the beginning, he gave you a completely different reaction, but the result was one. He was afraid, now he's not. But when he was afraid, and now when he's not afraid, he did not run away to the opposite direction, did not buck, did not bolt, did not run away. With a halter, with a rope on the halter, with a rope on the nose, with a rope in the mouth, with a bit, with a snaffle bit, with a pillion bit, with a saddle or bareback. Same result, different situations, different tools, different horses, same exact result. That's a fact. You can see it with your own eyes. In other ways of riding, the final result is a cute woman or a cute man, boy or girl, riding a horse, doing a good thing, a lovely thing, but the same exact horse bucked your ass in the first day. Keep doing it. It's a good thing, but you cannot compare it to real trust. You cannot call it real trust when the horse will buck you again when he's afraid. The same horse you ride without a bit, without a saddle, without equipment, bucked you off his back when he was afraid. Will do it again when he's afraid. They just show you a video. They don't show you what happened before. They don't show you what will happen next. As a beginner, you believe it. You say this is their way or method or style of riding. As a good rider or as someone who knows a lot about horses, you don't believe that. You know that they use the bit, then they don't use it, then they make a video. If they say, we never ever use a bit, we never ever use a halter, we never ever use a saddle, we just start with the horse and end up with just a whip, okay. Break or start a horse or train a new horse from the beginning until the end with just a whip. From the beginning until the end, start a horse with just a whip, no saddle, no halter, no bit, and get the same result that the Western rider gets or the dressage rider gets. Control the horse from the beginning until the end with just a whip. I will show you, I will show people, and I will hold the camera in the complete process from the beginning until the end. I will tape every single thing you do. And you will not use a bit. You will not use a halter. You will not use a rope. You say it's your method or style of riding to control the horse without anything, just a whip. Although the whip is worse than all the other equipments and tools. I talked about that in other videos. The worst equipment or tool in horsemanship is the whip. They get rid of everything, but they still use the whip or a knife if they kill a spurs. You use a spurs or you use a whip, and you want to talk about abuse or riding the horse in a bad way or wrong way. Even when you are right, although you're not right, you are a liar, but let's say you are right, you don't have the right to talk about it. You can't talk about something that you do something worse than it, more wrong than it, more evil than it. So it's very simple. If this is a method or a style of riding, then in the first day, first week, first month, first year, same equipment, same tools, same result. If yes, show me. 90% of them will say yes. Not 100% of the 90% who said yes will not show you. All of them will say yes. But all of them, with no exception, will not show you. They cannot show anything. What I do is something I did, now I am explaining, then I will do it again to prove what I said. I did, I said, I did it again to show you. But when someone says something that is not even convincing, and he did not do it, and he wants to do it, when I say do it, he will not do it, he's a liar, he's an idiot. It's that simple. In horses, in the horses world, they're just idiots. All liars. He's a good person, good guy, good woman, but knows nothing about horses in my opinion. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. Show it to me. So there is something cool and nice to watch, but it's not a proof. The proof is when I say different horses, different situations, same exact result. Not one, not two, I'm talking about hundreds of videos. More than 70% of my proof is about horses or with horses that I start or break for the first or second day. When I scare the horse in the first or the second day with a big sack, with a big bottle full of stones, and he's afraid in front of you, and still he wasn't able to run away. I'm scaring him with one hand, holding him with the left hand, and I'm right-handed. This is an achievement that other methods or ways of riding did not achieve. Some ways find it to believe, some ways of riding find it impossible to achieve. If they find it impossible to achieve and my method achieved it, I will never change it until I get a method, a style that gets the same result and something extra, something better. Until it exists, I will not change anything. I want to change for the better, not for the worse or the less. So fix me or let me fix you. Help me or let me help you. Develop me or let me develop you, or at least leave me alone. This is what you should say to bad riders or other ways of riding who want to change what you believe, who want to change what you do, but the fact is they suck compared to you. It's that simple. So anyone can talk, anyone did talk, anyone will talk, but not everyone does, will, and did prove. Prove, or are you proving, or will you prove, will talk. 90% of them will say, of course, yes. And they will drink coffee and tea. Say, let's do it. They will say, tomorrow. Tomorrow you will not see them. They're not here. Next week, next month, until they die. They will not show you anything. If you believe it, I don't blame the liar for lying to you in that way. I blame you for being stupid enough to believe a liar. Again, I talk in this let's say tone or in this style and this way because I'm not talking about people. It's not something personal. I'm talking about ways of riding. So I say whatever I want. I'm not talking to a person right now. It's not polite to say all these things to someone. I'm not saying it to anyone. I'm just saying it in a common, general way in the horses world, in the ways or styles of riding. So I can say whatever I want. If I was talking to someone personally, it will be more polite, more nice, and more gentle. So that's my opinion about results. What you see in the final result is completely different to what they did or what they got in the first day. What I show you in the final day is what I showed you in the first day. I'm not just saying I got the same result that you are seeing right now in the first day. I'm saying I got the same result that you are seeing right now in the first day. Go and watch. It's in a video or videos. My proof is not something I say. It's something that you can watch and see. This is a result. I got the same result with a halter or sometimes without anything in the paddock with the same horse, and he was afraid. You want to see it? It's in another video. The proof is a video. I'm not just saying something. I'm not saying I have some eyewitnesses. I'm saying I have a video. You can see it. So you cannot compare a proof that you see with your own eyes to a proof that is just something good to say. Anyone can say something lovely and beautiful and good, but they cannot prove it. If horsemanship was just about talking, then most good riders won't be good. Because good riders don't give you beautiful things to hear. They just give you facts. The ones who lie